Hello, I'm Sarah Thompson-Copsey and welcome to today's webinar for MBL Seminars, Commercial Enfranchisement, the Issues Uncovered. Today, we're going to be looking at the Leasehold Reform Act 1967. And before you all panic thinking, but I thought this was a commercial session, not a residential session, you're quite right. The Leasehold Reform Act 1967 is indeed about residential law, or at least that's what it was intended to be. Because it gives, or gave, still gives in fact, a long leaseholder, so a leaseholder with more than 21 years, the right to buy the freehold of a house that it has under this long lease. And the freeholder is compensated by a premium payment. Commercial leaseholders, however, may be long leaseholders, and they may be long leaseholders for the purposes of the Act. There's no real restrictions. We'll see there is a slight restriction on commercial leaseholders becoming qualifying tenants under the Act, but we'll see that there is a loophole that they can get through so that they themselves may be long leaseholders. And if that's the case, then the qualification, and in particular the qualification around house, is going to be key as to whether a commercial leaseholder of a building is entitled to enfranchise. Generally speaking, when we think of commercial leaseholders, we think, don't we, of the Landlord and Tenant Act 1954, Part 2, which gives commercial tenants an awful lot of rights to a new lease, for example. We think that that's probably the only rights or set of rights that they actually have outside the terms of the lease itself. But here, cases have come through under the Leasehold Reform Act 67, which suggest, and indeed have actually opined and decided, that some commercial leaseholders are entitled to use the rights of the 67 Act to buy the freehold of the building of which they have a long lease. And that means, excuse me, that a house could be a converted building. It could include a purpose-built shop with a flat above in a purpose-built parade of shops, and it can include mixed use and empty buildings.